Well, this is my third video coming from the upstairs loft in my home. As you can see, to my left over here is a bright red couch, and on the floor below where you can't see, there's a solid pine floor, 6-inch plank. Over there is my dog Boone. He is laying down on a white wool rug that I have here in front of this very modern contemporary chair. Anyway, this is my office space that I use in my home. Where the camera is sitting over to my right is a large C-shaped desk that has 3 big terminals sitting on it, one of them being an iMac and the other 2 being connected to a Dell. And the iMac, and then I have a MacBook Pro beside it. So this is my space over here to my right that you can't see from the video. But anyway, I bought this camcorder. A couple of things. One, I had one last year that when I decided I was going to do the Ironman, I really wanted to video and take a progressive step, a series of events that helped me lead into the Ironman, the journey, if you will, to take me from point A to point B into the ultimate event that I did in Louisville. And it was interesting that I really never got the opportunity to use the camera for that. I used it one time, actually, and it was at the Duathlon World Championships in Concord, North Carolina, or Charlotte, if you will. A friend of mine competed in the championships, and I went there and used it, and I was running around the event like a madman, and unfortunately, it was one of those camcorders that has a rotating lens or a view screen on the left side of the camera. Well, somehow, I don't know, first time using it, I sort of broke it off. And so I had 2 pieces, a camcorder and a viewfinder, and obviously they don't work without one or another. So this one I have here is a new one that I have. It's also small and petite, and with that, I'm going to try to video a little bit respective of my Ironman Florida that I'm doing this coming weekend. Excuse me, but as you can tell from a small hack that I have, my body has been very fevery for 4 or 5 days, and I've been very cold and sick, and I haven't gotten any training in. I was able to run yesterday 5 miles, but it was very arduous at best, should I say. So today I'm going to set my trainer up, and I used to set my trainer up in this area here on my bicycle, and I'm going to get on it a little bit and take it for a spin and ride for maybe an hour today just to get blood in my legs. But my training's predominantly over with for Florida. It's really a shame. I feel like that this was one of the opportunities that I had. I could have trimmed maybe a good hour and a half off my Louisville time because my body's ready for it. Even though working a full-time job and caring for this monster down here, my son Bowen as well, and then trying to train for an event such as this, the discipline is quite arduous, if you will. So I'm ready for it to be over with, but the journey itself has been fantastic. My journey really started more like 16 or 17 years ago as you progress into an Ironman, and I never really thought about doing an Ironman as much until a friend of mine in college had mentioned it, that her father had done it, and he got a tattoo, and ever since I'd heard that and that story from Ashlyn, her father, I always thought I was going to get a tattoo of the Ironman after my event, and I haven't gotten it yet. And ironically, I thought of her when I finished the race that day in Louisville, and I was going to have a tattoo done. So I decided to try to find her, and I did. I found her through Facebook. And I said, gosh, I still remember the story back in the college days you told me about your dad. And she told me her father had passed away a couple of years ago. And it's just, wow. It's just, life is so short. We have to take these opportunities, these journeys, and really express them and convey them and remember them. And I think one thing that I'm doing now in the last moment of this video would be, what's next, Patrick? I mean, there's tons of my friends that have done Ironman and triathlons in general, and you sort of progress to the next one and to the next one. And really, there's not much after an Ironman other than an ultra. Those of you know what I'm talking about. I, on the other hand, am not going to do an ultra. I am going to rent an apartment in Buenos Aires, Argentina, December 15th, and stay for 1 month in a city that I've never been. I'm going alone to be a visitor of a city that I've never seen, My only goal there is to try to pick up some Spanish, and I'm going to hire a tutor to teach me and meet me at Starbucks or whatever the name of the cafe may be, to teach me Spanish 1 hour every day, the whole trip that I'm there. And so I'm going to come home for Christmas holidays just for 2 nights, and then I'm going to go back. And my only other goal is that I'm going to use this video camera. Second thing that I'm going to do is try and sample every Argentinian wine that I can, and I'm just going to shut down, the world as I know it. I've been blessed. I've been blessed with many, many things: a healthy son, a good kid, a great dog. I've been blessed with success and a wonderful home to live. And now all of those things that I've been working toward, this 16-year journey of this Ironman that I've done, came to an epiphany the day on the bicycle when I was riding in the backwoods of Louisville. I remember my journey started 16 years ago, and it wasn't the training that got me through the Ironman. It's the passion, it's the desire, the will to live, the success and the failures of life that all culminate in this whole journey. And so, with that said, I attribute first the Ironman success that anybody can do, me, you, those of us, to my Maker and to my family and to my son. And then the second one that I'm going to do, if my health matures this coming weekend, is going to be for me. I'll tell you about it when it's over with.